Hello, everybody, and welcome to Paranormal Nation Radio. Not so normal as it usually ends up turning into. We have Denise and Ron, as we always do every week. How are you two doing?
We're doing great. How are you?
Great. As long as I don't go to the doctor's office no more.
Trying to figure out why you look good down below, but boy, up on the screen here, it's all blurry. That
I
wasn't
don't
like
know.
that. Let me take you out and put you back in. Nope, that didn't help it. Do you see it the same way?
No, I don't. I look like I look fine.
There you go. It's straightened up now. Yeah. Hey. Yep, we got a few people watching us. So, how has your guys' week been?
So far, just busy, but normal.
Busy.
You got all that pre Thanksgiving shoppers driving him crazy, and mine's just everybody's on vacation, so they're driving me nuts at work
Right.
because
Well, I
Denise.
know how it goes. Let's see. Saturday, I smoked 40 pounds of turkey meat.
Oh Lord.
Hmm.
That was four turkeys,
What kind of wood do you like to use?
hickory and mesquite, and a little
Oh,
bit of apple.
Sounds
So,
interesting. Might
cherry
have to
that's what.
cherry works pretty good too with turkey.
What does?
Cherry?
Cherry. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, cherry does good. Of course, oak works with everything for your heat,
Right.
but the hickory and apple was turned out real good the other
Yeah.
day on the turkeys.
Yeah. They say any of the fruit woods works really good on like turkey or white meats.
Yeah, chicken, turkey,
I
any
like.
of that.
Yeah, I love mesquite for like steak, hamburgers, things like that.
Right.
The
Well,
beef.
like I said, I got this one all fixed up and built, so I was seasoning it by burning some wood in it, some hickory and some oak in there. So while we was burning it, I threw on there three New York strips to test out the smoke on it. Pulled them out at 138 degrees, and oh man, we've been using that pellet cooker out here. I hate that thing with a passion.
Yeah.
Oh,
It does not give the flavor.
No,
It doesn't. So I told Christine, I said, we're not using it. We'll use up the pellets we got, but we're not buying any more for it and everything. Uh,
yeah, it just doesn't cook as good.
no, it doesn't. It does
The gas
not.
grill, I don't know. It just not the same.
No, propane doesn't give the
No.
taste of it.
yeah, it's good for everyday cooking, but for something special, not so much.
Right.
Oh, and it's really good for spiders to build their egg sacs in there. And when you light it and it goes poof in your face, and you go in the house and go, "My hair's on fire," and Ron goes, "What?" And I come
Yep.
upstairs, my hair's all fried. Well,
Yeah.
my eyebrows and
Well, that's how she said it. She goes,
my hair's on
"My
fire.
hair's on. I'm on fire." I'm like, okay.
Right. Oh, I know how that goes. I had
Speaking of fires, I think somebody was starting some. I was going down 49,
uh huh.
and between Butler and Nevada, there had to have been 3 or 4 fires on the side of the road. I mean, right off the road.
Oh, really? There've been a lot of people burning pastures off up here.
Well, that's what I thought too, but it was all right off the road,
Hey, Jules,
right
how you
on the
doing?
side. Hey, Julie.
But yeah. No, I was just on Facebook a little bit ago, and up here at Cameron at the prison, they released a guy that had been in prison for 43 years.
Oh, is that the
Wow.
one that they think that they put him away, incarcerated him, that he wasn't guilty?
Right, Strickland.
The braids. He had braids in his hair when this crime was committed, and
Yep,
they said that he wore his hair natural. So yeah, I
right.
read about that. So I'm glad
Yep.
to hear that
They
he got out.
they released him today. They had a big turnout. They was all waiting over at the Dollar General there across from the prison when they released him. He's in a wheelchair, now and stuff. But yeah, 43 years he's been incarcerated, and they found out it was not him.
43 years it took.
Yeah. The thing is the guy.
I tell you what, no, if I didn't do it, if I didn't do the crime, there's no way in hell they're putting me in jail.
He kept saying
I
that
don't
he
care.
didn't do it,
There's
but
no way.
the
Oh
witnesses
yeah,
saying
he
that
he
he
kept
saw
saying and kept saying and kept saying, and I guess they finally come up with some
technicality.
DNA
Yeah.
and
Well,
all this and that.
they matched up the people who the eyewitnesses kept saying. All of them said that this guy wore his hair natural, and this guy had braids,
Right,
and so that's not natural for anybody, I guess.
right, right.
Um, so, but you would notice a difference between
How old was he when
braids.
he went to jail?
Probably early 20s.
Oh man.
His whole life.
Yeah, Jules, I'm sure the state's going to pay out some money on this
There will
one.
be some restitution
Wow.
there.
I don't know if the state will or the county where he was found guilty in.
So,
We've got that going on, and then this, of course, the parade yesterday
parade
where
for, oh,
in Wisconsin,
yeah.
where the guy slammed in and killed 5 people and injured 40.
Yeah, what an asshole.
Yeah, they got him on 5 counts. But
Well,
the worst part about it, he's a
he shouldn't
bail
have,
jumper. He's
oh,
a
yeah.
bail jumper. He's jumped bail before.
Yep.
He shouldn't have been out of jail.
No, he was already being charged with running over his estranged
Girlfriend.
mother-in-law at a gas station just a few weeks ago.
Oh, what a great
You
guy.
hear what the liberal news media called it?
What's that?
It was a holiday parade. It was actually a Christmas parade for any of you out there.
Right,
It wasn't a holiday parade.
right.
And it was a crash.
It was a crash.
They
Yeah.
called it a crash.
Not that he intentionally drove into a crowd of people.
Right. Well, I'm waiting for the big thing. It's going the fake news
how
is
they-
going to bring
See how
out
they use the
is
words? See how they twist the words around to where
right,
Didn't sound so
it
bad.
doesn't sound as bad?
right. But what I'm waiting for him to switch the news around to where, cause see, just right before he ran into that parade, he was at another location
Yeah.
at a disturbance.
Yep.
When the cops arrived, they went after him. So the
Yep.
cops were chasing him when he turned into the crowd.
Yep.
So you wait, they're going to bring that out.
Yeah, they're going to blame the cops.
Well, they got Biden on there right now is going to approve the release of some of our reserves
So
to
what?
try to lower gas prices.
Open the pipeline.
What an idiot.
Go send these people back to work on the pipeline, and it will be much faster at getting it to us. I mean, that's it. Open the pipeline and stop fiddling with our reserves, because those reserves were there for a reason. And this is not it.
Right.
And
Exactly.
by the time it
Yeah, but
hits, we won't see
He's
it
so
until
he is so
Christmas.
stupid that to replenish those reserves, he's going to wait till it's $5 a gallon, and then he'll buy it.
Right. That way it'll drop it down to 3.
Yeah,
Well,
You
the
know,
bad part
which
is
is still way too much.
that's an idiot.
we won't get any relief from this until at least December. In the
Oh
middle
yeah.
we're at that, because it's not ready to go. He's an idiot.
Yeah, Juliet. Yeah, it was intentional. The guy.
Yeah, it was an intentional. They got him on 5 counts of intentional murder.
Yeah, he's in jail for good.
But
Well,
there, a lot of the young kids are in there
Should
right
get the
now
death
fighting for their
penalty.
life.
And then
Yeah, he needs the death penalty.
then the Kyle Rittenhouse. You know,
That was a big incentive right there.
Well-
Because the big win.
it was.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know there's a lot of. I mean, people did lose their lives. I'm not discounting that, even though they weren't great people.
Right.
But I'm not. When a life is lost, it's lost. There's nothing I can do. But this poor guy was in the wrong place at the wrong time defending his family's property. And he turned himself in. It was a totally different scenario than what the media said it was.
Right. They lie about everything.
And suddenly, all lives matter. Suddenly.
Yeah.
So apparently it should be criminals' lives matter. CLM
Right.
instead of BLM. So,
But it was a big, because if it would have turned the other way, our Second Amendment and our right to defend ourselves would have been turned flip flopped around
mhm.
to where we would have lost everything.
So
but
But
I'm still going to defend myself.
exactly. You know, I
That's
everything
what they don't get.
everything they showed in that trial, because I watched it quite a bit,
Yeah.
right, off and on Newsmax and different channels that had it, but it showed right off the bat it was self-defense,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
And then the prosecution comes in, we're going to bring this witness in.
Stupid.
Don't you ever question your witnesses?
well, remember,
Every one of them gave the defense everything they needed.
Right.
well, that's the thing.
that was
they-
funny.
The judge said,
Oh, the judge
"You
figured it
lied,
out right away.
you're going to jail."
Yeah.
There's no, we're not. Gonna
Yeah, when
pander
he
to
took
you.
the stand, he said, "We catch you lying. You are going to jail in my court."
Right.
He
So-
goes,
Oh,
"You're
I
in
give.
my court."
Hey, I have a
Yes,
lot
they-
of respect, even
Yeah,
though
they-
that judge is a Democrat. I have a lot of respect for
Well,
that man.
One of the first witnesses to go up there, they said his eyes got real big. He looked at that prosecutor and like gave him the look like, "Oh, screw you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to defend myself."
Yep, and that was, I think that laid the whole foundation for
Yeah, the
a
rest of
fair
them just
trial.
followed suit. They're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna."
Yes, I hope he sues too for
Yep.
those that slander.
Oh,
him,
he will.
just
And
like
the,
Man did.
he was on Tucker Carlson,
Oh, was he?
right?
Oh,
Yeah. Real great deal. He had a lot to tell the president, right?
Was it something like this?
No, I got to give the young man credit. He never said one cuss word.
Good for him.
He would say the F, he would put it as the F word or the N word
Hmm.
that was being said to him and everything. But when he told the president, all he told the president is, before you say anything about me, I wish you would watch the trial and
Yep.
see exactly what
Exactly.
was done. Because
Did.
everything Biden did defamed and put a bad deal on his name.
Yep.
And Tucker goes, well, I'm sure there's lawsuits. He goes, the lawyers are handling it as we speak.
Oh yeah.
Good.
So I'm going to they have all the evidence to sue
Yeah.
Joe Biden.
And many others.
Yeah, all the news
Yeah.
networks.
MSNBC.
Right.
I mean, sock it to them.
Yeah.
Right.
Hurt their pockets.
Like
Right.
like some of the memes said, Sandman gets this much, and he Rittenhouse.
But what's going to be funny is they're going to slap that lawsuit on Biden, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
They have the clip from the
I know.
news
Mhm.
where he said it and everything. It's like, are you that stupid?
Yeah, he is that. Yeah, Biden is that stupid.
I wonder if he'll say, "I misspoke."
Right.
My
The dementia's kicking in.
my speechwriter wrote that. It wasn't me.
We've never
No.
had a president this dumb, and we've had some dumb ones. We've never
And
had one.
Jules is right. That Kyle is a very well spoken, educated young man and everything. You know, this is going to follow him for the rest of his life.
Right.
Yeah.
This is something that in 2 months people are still going to be talking about
Yeah.
because it won't die down like, most Biden tripping going up the steps on the plane. That died out a long time
This is
ago.
equal to O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
That's what this is equal to, as far as publicity goes. I mean,
Right.
almost everybody remembers OJ getting arrested and the trial and all.
Oh,
that.
everybody remembers the Bronco.
Oh yeah, Marcus.
Everybody remembers the glove don't fit.
Yeah.
If the
You
glove
know.
don't fit, you have to acquit.
Yeah.
He's got his hands like this. don't know anyone that puts gloves on with their fingers open like that.
I don't either,
Chris OJ,
but
he's the only one.
yeah. But I mean, we remember a lot of that trial, the funny parts
Oh
in
yeah,
it, you
yeah.
know, and everything and stuff. And the same thing's going to happen with this trial. But you know who's going to be remembered? There's going to be three people remembered from this trial:
The
Kyle
judge.
Rittenhouse,
Hmm. The judge.
the prosecuting attorney pointing a gun at the jury,
Oh my
Oh
god, that
God,
was
that was
right? And the judge chewing out the prosecuting attorney
he
and
was
kicking
horrible.
out MSNBC out of the courtroom and
Yep,
told them they were banned.
yep.
I thought that was great.
Oh, I did too. When that day I was sitting in here drinking coffee and it came on live on Newsmax, right? And I'm sitting there going, okay, maybe the jury's come back in. He goes, no, I called everybody in here because I got a phone call and a message from the police department that they
Yeah,
had
police
stopped the guy
department,
that
not
night
FBI.
following the juries and everything. It said he was with MSNBC. And I went, oh, crap. And about that time, that judge goes, I believe in cameras in the courtroom,
Yeah,
but I'm going to have to rethink that. And as it stands right now, MSNBC is banned from my courtroom and this trial for the remainder.
Good.
yeah,
And I'm sitting there going, oh, yeah.
yeah. They got caught doing something they weren't supposed to do, and the police took it under. The police went and got after it, but this should have involved the FBI.
Yeah,
The
it should
FBI
have.
didn't want nothing to do with it. They're like, hey,
Right.
that's not our guy.
No.
It doesn't help us.
Nope.
Yeah, the FBI is so corrupt.
Oh, it is.
It's
But there, like you
I
said,
want to get a Republican in there and clean that out.
No,
there's going to
DOJ,
be
I don't care.
there's
freaking
going to be
bumbling
three
idiot.
things remembered out of that trial, and it's
Mhm.
going to be those three people right there.
Yeah,
5 years down the road, they're going to say, "You remember the Kyle Rittenhouse trial?" And they're going to
yeah,
say, "Yep, Kyle, the idiot prosecutor and the judge that stood for the Constitution of the United States."
Even though
yeah.
he
Julie wrote on there. Hopefully, this will be
Yeah,
the
he's a Democrat.
downfall of Biden.
You know, he was put in office by Democrats. But when he came out and told that prosecutor, you are stepping on this young man's constitutional
Yep.
rights, and I'm not sure if you didn't cross it. And I'm sitting there going, he
Yeah,
goes,
he did.
I stand behind the Bill of Rights and the Constitution of the United States in this
Right.
courtroom.
And
And I
Democrats
was like,
don't.
whoa.
the thing is the judge was a Democrat.
Well, I know
Yeah,
he's not as Democrat as he thinks because the
no,
Democrats in D.C. will stomp all over the Constitution
And
because
make
they do it all
exactly.
the time.
Yeah. Oh,
And
I know.
this will be the
It's,
Democrats' downfall, not just Biden's. It's the Democrats because they all were on the wrong side. They're always on the wrong side
yeah,
on everything. Everything. They're always wrong. You think how can they accidentally do something right? They can't. They have no morals. They don't care. They care about one thing: themselves. That's it.
exactly.
That's all they care
Exactly.
about.
Oh, I mean, but yeah, it's ridiculous out here.
so 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 that I think that's basically the week in the news.
Yeah, that's the week in the news. It's been a exciting news, except we do have a large group of illegals approaching our border again down there.
Yeah,
I think they said 3,000 in this group.
they're sent 10,000 National Guard.
Hey, I talked to a gentleman that came in the restaurant this morning. One of our elderly veterans came in,
Mhm.
and he had a friend with him. I take it was his brother-in-law. He lives in Vancouver, Washington, right?
Yeah,
So I was talking to him, and he goes, "Yeah, I live in that damn blue state up there." And I said, "Well, at least you don't live in California." He goes, "We moved from California to Washington."
the
And I went,
same
Okay."
distance.
He goes, "I'm trying to talk my wife into moving to Texas or Missouri." And
Yeah,
I went,
no
"Okay."
different.
So I asked him up there in Vancouver if they have seen an influx in these illegals coming up there. He started telling me about he sees more tents around Vancouver, Washington than he's ever seen before. And I said, well, they've always been there. And he goes, no, these just started coming in the last 6 months.
Well, you know what? They're not going to make it through the winter.
Not up there, they're not.
They're starting a tent city at Walmart on 40 Highway.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Another isn't the other
It's
one in
getting bigger every
Independence?
time I go out there.
Now, is that just our homeless in Kansas City or is that the illegals?
I
Don't know.
It's probably
A
a
little bit
little
of
of
both.
each.
So
Yeah, Jules, I heard a lot of people talking about moving to Texas the other day. Texas house, if you're a seller right now, you're in hog heaven. If
Yeah.
you're a buyer, oh, you're in bad shape. Ask TDC. He
is it,
he put his house on the market. He had 20 people looking at it in one day.
Yeah. Well,
And the
that's
first person that came in put the offer in and they accepted.
do they have a place to move
North
to?
Carolina.
Yeah, they got a place to move to. They're moving in with his parents right now until they find a house they want.
Wait a minute. I thought he lived in. Where's he live in Texas?
Texas.
Oh, okay.
He
That's
lives
right.
down by Houston,
Yeah.
outside of Houston in one of the suburbs.
Well, good for him, but it sucks having two families in one house.
It does, but he's already talked with his mom and dad, and they all get along real good. But he says it's only until we find another house that we're looking for.
Hmm.
So,
How big of a house are they looking for?
well, they need at least a 3 bedroom, maybe a four,
Yeah.
full basement, all that good stuff.
Yeah, April. It's sell it to somebody from California. They'll be happy there.
Yep.
Yeah. I hope
Yeah.
you get your house sold pretty quick.
Yeah, me too. Because it'd be great to have that money to flip into the next house.
Exactly.
Probably don't have much equity in it, but
No, but
No, but
they'll make
it
money.
depends on,
It went up since they moved in.
yeah. So they may have a little chunk in there. That's just like TDC was saying what he bought his house for uh, 5 years ago. Pay it off. He'll have enough in there to put 3/4 of the payment down on a new house.
Well, that's
right.
good.
His house has quadrupled in price in the neighborhood. So that's how all that's working down there. But
I
I
don't see
mean,
how it's working here.
it's quite the deal. So I have no idea where Cameron's at.
Well,
He
maybe
could be working late, he getting in late, and
he could be
he could
taking.
be tired.
Yep. But we miss him. Whether
Well,
he's
the value of their home has likely risen anywhere from 40 to 60 grand.
that
That's
is good.
great.
Did they?
Yeah.
Did you find a house or a place to stay at out in Wisconsin, April?
Hopefully.
I'm sure they. I'm sure they look.
Oh yeah.
Now, is Richard going to work for the same company out there?
Yeah.
Is he?
I
Yeah.
think so. So I'm just
Yeah.
glad.
Yeah. I mean, it's Idaho to Wisconsin. It should be. That'll be a little closer to. They won't have to go as far to see family anyway. But
Right, right.
The only
Yeah,
thing
there'll only be an 8 hour drive.
what's
yeah,
got
be
me
going
worried.
from cold to cold.
Well, my mom's in South Dakota, so that won't be too far from there. And I'm more concerned about their drive from Idaho to Wisconsin because
Oh,
they
yeah.
close down.
That time of year.
Casper, Wyoming, always the road's always closed. In the
Well, I know.
I'm terrified
Yeah, it's-
for them for that part.
Yeah, it's
Hopefully they can get lucky on the weather.
Like we did that the few times we had to go to Vegas in late January or early January and late
February,
January.
yeah.
So we
well, I
lucked
know,
out.
but you travel that northern route and everything,
Yeah.
it can get ugly real quick.
Yeah,
And
we
I
ended up
mean
between
real
ice
quick.
storms. I mean, yeah, we ended up between snowstorms and ice storms when we went in 2019.
Yep.
But again, we're getting down on 40. They still close 40 all the time for snow in New Mexico and Arizona. So, you know,
Hell, they get a little rain. They got wrecks everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Fatality wrecks.
Oh yeah.
It was horrible.
Man.
It was horrible this last time. We ended up in backed up traffic 3 times for fatality accidents on a Sunday. Yeah, that was Sunday.
Yeah.
So
Same company car, but we'll travel more. We can always drive south first and then across. Yep, that's right.
you can, but again, I-70 shuts down. So, you know, 36 is horrible going across.
Yeah, you don't want to take I-70 through the mountains. No.
No, for them, they would come down on 25. It's it through Denver and across 70 that way. But they still, at Colby, shut it down all the time.
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes Abilene, they shut it down and you're stuck.
Well, this time of year, if you want to travel and don't worry about it, you got to go down to 20, Interstate 20 or I-10. Because I-40, you get out west, you're in bad shape, or get out east.
She does like me. Different subject, same sentence.
Oh.
I'm trying to explain.
Well, yeah, you can go south and then across, but
yeah, it's a long way.
You gotta go back up north.
Yeah.
You can cut it. You might as well cut across 80 if you're gonna do that.
Right.
80 is quite questionable a lot of times.
Well, yeah, it could be just as crappy as 70s.
Yeah. I'm not worried about it snowing. It's snowing a lot that I worry. But
little light snow don't bother us nothing. Yeah. It's when it starts dumping or it turns into freezing rain.
Yeah, or feet of snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably do that. I'd go across 80.
Just make sure that you guys have chains or snow tires on everything. That's the thing that might save you.
That's it. And if they say roadblock, find you a place to camp out. Because you're going to be there.
It could be a while.
Yeah, that one time we lucked out. One time we went to, we were coming back from Vegas with Leah and Tyler. And Leah, I think she was pregnant. So, and we got to Moriarty, New Mexico. It wasn't bad. Ron's got on shorts and all this stuff. And my phone, as soon as I turn it on, it's going crazy saying, you know, ice storm coming, basically. And I looked at Ron. I said, "We got to get going." And he goes, "Why?" I said, "We're between ice storms right now. We got to go." And this was in April.
Right.
So that's not good. I mean, that's New Mexico to Kansas. We missed the.
Yeah, we spent the night
in Moriarty.
Yeah, Moriarty,
and drove the rest of the way home.
Yeah, I got up the next morning. It was like, I don't know, 28 degrees. No, all I had was my shorts, and I'm like, oh crap. I went to get ice for the cooler, and the guy's looking at me like, "How you doing?" I went, "Man, it's cold out."
And they didn't know, you know. So
basically, it was 70 something in Vegas. He goes, "Well, this ain't Vegas." I said, "I know."
Yeah. So what ended up happening was we got past Liberal. So Liberal through Wichita ended up being stuck in an ice storm. So we got past it before it happened. Yeah. So we lucked out.
And we hit a little bit just before we got here. That's where we hit ice.
Thanks for checking in.
Take care, Jules.
Good. I'm glad we don't have a specific date.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah. So, any news on paranormal or anything that you've heard of, or?
Well, my show's back going full fledged now, so got lots of good guests coming up, and other than that, no, nothing that I can share anyway. So
that's the same. You still haven't heard when your movie's coming out yet, have you?
No. And every time I mean, Richard's always sending me stuff and things like that, but he hasn't said anything. And every time he tries to work on that, something happens. So
really?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, when he was first starting to work on it, his wife's knee went out. Then he had some health issues, and I had some health issues, and Steve Hayes had some health issues. I was like, okay, whatever. it is what it is. So, but I am going to have Stephanie O'Reilly on my show from the McIntyre Villa
Oh, really?
in a couple weeks, and she one of the things that she said was that she remembered that we had filmed the movie there, but she didn't remember being there. And it's like, because you weren't.
You weren't.
She didn't own it yet. So because
Yeah,
it was
I think
still
they-
owned by the Garrity's at the time, it was for sale.
Yeah, they just put it up for sale.
I think it had been up
I
for
think
sale
it had
for a
been
while.
for sale.
And she bought it about 6
Yeah, real
months
estate in
after.
Atchison was not moving. It probably still isn't.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, who would want to live there?
Yeah, there's no jobs. I mean,
That's true.
there might
That
be.
is true.
I mean, Taco Bell, AT&T at the phone,
There's still no
phone store.
jobs.
There's just nobody wants to work up there.
No. Well, like Ron said, there's no good paying jobs up there.
Well,
No.
the only ones like Tony Pickman works at the grain elevator.
Right.
I don't know if that pays any good. There's the place that makes train parts. They're only open like 3 days a week.
Right.
Doesn't pay as good as
And it doesn't pay as good as other steel plants because of where it's at. So,
Yeah, there's not a whole lot up there.
yeah, you can find a $15 an hour job up there. That's about it.
Yeah.
Oh, and Walmart's always hiring.
Oh, yeah. Walmart's hiring. Dollar Generals are hiring. Casey's are usually hiring.
We just got a new Casey's. We finally got one that we can go and park at.
Oh, really?
Go in.
Well, they built a new one.
Yeah.
Because the other one was hard to get in and out of.
It was.
It was terrible.
There was no parking.
They moved it 2 blocks toward the highway, so you get off the highway, you can see it. The other one, you couldn't even see it. You had to drive into town.
Yeah, it was one
Oh,
of the
yeah.
old
They had
format.
about, I don't know, 8 parking spots,
No,
if that.
it was 4, and then 4 of them had to be when you're at the gas pump.
I mean, if you just backed out, you could hit somebody getting gas.
yeah,
Right.
That's how small it was.
like I said, it was the old format.
It was.
Meant for maybe 2 to 3 people.
I think I went in there once. I mean, actually in Casey's once.
Right.
I'd stop and get air for my tires, but that was it, and that was hard to do.
But
Oh, I know. It's ridiculous. The only thing we've got, well, of course, in Gallatin, they opened a new Dollar Tree and dollar store combination together up here. And then out by Altamont, which is 5 miles down the road on 6, little bitty dinky tiny town of 118 people, built a brand new gigantic Dollar General.
well, good. Maybe they'll draw some people in there.
The way they figure it is, everybody coming off 6 highway, it goes to Jamesport, travels through there. We'll be stopping. Plus, you got Lake Viking right up the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, we stopped at
Right.
Dollar Generals in random places. Like one time I had a headache, and we were in Holbrook,
Mhm.
Arizona, and it was right next door to Hardee's. It's like, oh, there's a dollar store or Dollar General. I'm going to go get some headache medicine.
Oh, did you find the stuff? I already got that order.
So,
But yeah, this Dollar General up here, it's gigantic. Me and Tammy stopped up there the other day on the way back from the doctor and went in, and I was amazed at how much more stuff they had. I mean, lots nicer stuff than the other one that's right up the street from BB's up here.
well, because they got all new shit. They don't have to deal with all the leftover crap that's been laying there for 6 years.
Right, and that
That
it's
makes
a
it
brand new store. It's bigger. It's twice as big as this one.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So, Christmas
So-
shopping.
Yep. Yep.
So, yeah, we're planning on we are planning on going down to Springfield
hmm
around December 4th. Waiting to hear when Susan Barnhart Roberts,
Right.
her mom died on the same day the anniversary of my mom's death,
Saturday.
on Saturday. And I told her, I said, we have enough in common. We didn't need any more.
Right.
And but yeah, I'm waiting to hear when her mom's funeral is. But we're going to go down and see the Eddies and Farah and the Roberts and whoever else is in Springfield that wants to visit up. And we're going to do that on that Saturday, that first Saturday of December.
I'm
So
sure David and them would come up and see you. They're not that far.
Dave,
Nah,
but David
well, he
delivers
was.
pizza.
Yeah, that's her busy night.
That's their busy night. So delivering pizza.
That's what he's doing now.
Yeah, before he was working weekends too. So
yeah, he was working weekends at Walmart when he was doing that job, but now he's works for Razorback Pizza,
Oh,
and which is across the street from Walmart that he was working at. And he says he's making really good money at it, and it gives him
good.
to do the stuff that he wants to do.
Good.
So weekends are not the best time. So like for us, if we go down to Arkansas, we just let him know, hey, we're coming through town, and we'll meet up somewhere.
Right.
Because like I said, if we're close, we're gonna find a way to see you.
yeah, I just checked my stuff before we got on here, and Bethany went down.
He's got to go,
Bethany.
Yeah, I'll probably I won't make it up there this week.
but
I'll have to run up next week.
yeah, probably Monday or
'Cause
Tuesday.
I'm not planning on working Friday.
I don't blame
And
you.
I'm not going to go to Bethany on Friday. I know.
Right.
Unless I can go up there on Sunday.
Yeah.
You got an investigation up there.
Yeah, but let's see. This weekend here we got Rodney Norman coming in to
Mhm.
do a comedy show, family and adult.
Right.
That's Christine's brother. Uh, Also, he does Santa Claus.
Oh,
Ah,
that's what you said.
Give me one of the flyers. Yeah, if you haven't ever seen him, I'm gonna show you a flyer. It's got him his regular picture, and then he's got him as Santa Claus. It might show up pretty good. I don't know.
oh yeah.
Oh, that works out.
Yeah. So, yeah, he does Santa Claus. Kids come up and see him, and oh, yeah. Here's a bigger one. Maybe you can
What,
see it on
Saturday night?
this. So,
What is it? Saturday night?
Yep.
yeah.
I'm thinking about taking the kids out to this winery in Edgerton.
Uh huh.
And they've got tractors all decorated up for Christmas, and they're allowing people to do free pictures there at certain times.
Right.
Otherwise, it's like $80 to get professional pictures. But I thought I might take them out there on a warm Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
For what?
Christmas pictures. Because
in Edgerton?
Yeah, it's not that far.
I know that.
It's 40 minutes away. But I don't know. I haven't decided
It's
what
just
I'm doing
past
yet.
Gardner.
So I haven't decided what I'm doing.
What
yet.
is it? What are you taking pictures of?
It's just the country pictures is what it is. You take pictures of
It's holiday pictures with the tractors.
Yeah, they decorated the tractors up.
Oh,
old historic tractors. They decorated them
I
up.
know there's train station through there. I don't know if it's trains or.
So, but
It's planes, trains, and automobiles. What are you talking
I
about?
know where Edgerton is. I just drove through there last week.
Yeah, I just don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to do something with them and get their pictures taken. Bass Pro Shops has, you got the pictures with Santa there.
All right.
But you have to schedule it.
Which they're doing one here in Lewisburg, right? With Santa.
Yeah. It
used to be outside right across the street.
Yeah.
Or at the park, but they got too cold.
Yeah, kids can't do it. But I think there's something at Lewisburg Marketplace,
Wimps.
And they're doing something out at the cider mill. The thing is anything at the cider mill.
Cider mill's year round now.
Yeah, the cider mill.
They're like Branson.
Yeah, it's horrible. You can't get in there. You can't get in, and you can't get out. And it's like, how am I going to do all this crap with the kids? And then it's so small inside that
it's not real big.
It just makes you claustrophobic being in there. And it's dark.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a cabin. So it's dark inside. Even with the lights on, it feels like it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'd much rather.
I haven't been in there in a long. I haven't.
No, I was in there a year ago, maybe. I bought some cider mill donuts.
I think the last time I was in there was 2-3 years ago, and we picked up donuts
To take
on
to
our way to
Vegas.
Vegas. Yeah, and I went in with you.
Yeah.
So are you doing Thanksgiving at your house or at the
Yes.
kids'?
I'm doing it here. Lauren and Becca are coming over. I'm going to go get Leah and the kids and bring them over. Tyler has to work. Um, so I'm going to do all that and then take Tyler his dinner later on. But Lauren and Becca have to work. So it'll be like 4 o'clock for us,
Right.
is the plan. And this is the first year I don't have to tell Lacey 2 hour difference. I tell Lacey 2 o'clock and it's actually 4 o'clock and she shows up at 3:30. So I don't have to worry about that.
She shows up.
Right. No, we got to start prepping everything tomorrow. I got two ladies coming by at 5 p.m. tomorrow night to get their turkeys that I smoke up for them for their Thanksgiving. And then we'll have all ours prepped and ready for the restaurant tomorrow and open up. And lunch will be from 11 to 2 for the Thanksgiving for the employees and anybody in town
Yeah.
coming in. And then Christine's family will be in here at 2:30 and do theirs.
Yeah.
So,
I'm cooking 2 turkeys in my roaster. I know it doesn't sound like we have a lot of people coming, but they want the leftovers.
right.
So, and I always send leftovers home with Lauren and Becca, and this year with Tyler and Leah.
Hmm.
So that way, and this way we have some too. Last year we didn't get any
I
leftovers.
thought Lauren and Becca was out in Vegas.
No, Lauren and Becca live over here in Cleveland, Missouri,
Yeah.
and Lacey and Lindsay live in Vegas.
Oh, yeah. But didn't they go out there for a while?
No, they have a farm.
Yeah, they got a nice little farm.
Yeah, they got chickens and a bunch of dogs and
Nice piece of property.
Yeah.
It's what, 20 acres?
20 acres with a lake and
Yeah,
and-
it's nice.
and rabid
property.
beavers.
Rabid beavers, huh?
Well, at least, well, angry beavers, I
Other
guess.
than train tracks are right there. I mean, other than that, the property is really nice.
Yeah, it's right at
Huh.
It's quiet other
So,
than a train.
you're on 2 highway coming from Freeman and Harrisonville.
Right.
The road dead ends. Well, if you go straight on the dirt road that's there, the gravel road that's there, they live on that gravel road that ends at 2.
Oh, really?
And Becca's dad used to work for the county as he was worked on the road crew. You know, the cleaning up the fixing asphalt, grading the dirt roads, and the snow removal.
Mm-hmm.
So he liked it. He liked it there because it was just far enough off the road, and where nobody really comes back there.
Yeah,
it's really
just
quiet. So
other than a train here and there, I mean, it goes right by their house.
Well, that's good.
Not for that. I mean, it's really quiet.
But I thought they moved out there to help her when she was pregnant.
No, that was Lacey.
Lacey did. Oh, okay.
Our oldest moved out to help our second oldest,
Right.
and apparently didn't help much.
Oh, really?
It is what it is, But
she's still out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lacey is the general manager of the Rainforest Cafe at the Planet Hollywood. Apparently, chicken fingers are like $20 there. Yeah.
Oh, lordy.
We didn't go.
We didn't have time.
Yes, she said. She goes, even with my discount, Mom, it's high. She goes, and we went to.
We didn't even go down the strip.
No, we didn't go down the strip.
Again.
We went to TGI Fridays.
Yeah, we were just talking about if they did move out of Vegas. We're just saying last night that we probably wouldn't even have a reason to go there.
Right.
I wouldn't.
Right. And what's funny is Lindsay sent me this subdivision in Alabama. It was the one we went and looked at.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She didn't know which one. She knew we looked at some. She just didn't know which one we looked at.
Oh,
Mhm.
well, I thought you didn't
No,
know.
she goes, Mom, I like
Like this.
Jubilee Farms. What do you think about this place? She sent me the link. I said,
Yep.
yeah, houses went up $60,000 since the last time we were there, and
Right.
and it is a really nice subdivision. She goes, but it's still cheaper than here, in Vegas.
Right.
And she goes, I can get this big of a house. I said, just remember, there's no basements. There's no basements in Vegas, and I told her, I said, just far enough away.
You can get more house
anywhere than Vegas.
Anywhere than Vegas.
But yeah,
their houses, are right next to each other.
Oh yeah.
Near the people next door.
They're right on top of each other.
Yeah,
Yeah, I couldn't live like that.
No, I couldn't either.
But I tell you, I miss them though. I miss them a lot.
Well, yeah.
And Nolan's trying to walk now.
Oh, really?
Yep. And let's see. Well, Piper's just bossy, but that's her job. She's the oldest. And then Clover's now working on her third tooth, and she's pulling herself up to stand up.
Yep.
The bad part is she doesn't realize
I know
that it's dangerous. So, and she chases me around when I'm at the apartment. I walk one way, and she'll get to me, and I'll turn and I'll walk the other, and she'll keep following me, walking in circles.
Now, is she walking or crawling?
Crawling.
Yeah.
She's only she'll be 7 months old.
6.
No, she's going to be 7 months in November, on November 29th.
Yeah, it will be 7 months.
Yeah, 7 months.
Really?
November 29th. And so she's getting those teeth, and she's gnawing on everything. And she growls really good.
Oh, really?
She's a good growler.
Oh, yeah.
She'll do it for an hour. She'll just sit there and growl the whole time.
Her face will turn red and catch your breath and
So she may be possessed. I don't know. But no.
I doubt it.
She's so sweet. And so, and her favorite toy apparently is me. So, but yeah, and Ruby had his birthday on Thursday, and we got him a Nightmare Before Christmas Advent calendar. And of course, Advent is supposed to be started on December 1st. He poked all those doors open and got all the toys out. But he loved it. He knows where all 24 of these toys are at all times. He knows who they are, where they're at, and he's carrying them around with him throughout the house all the time.
Keeps a good eye on them.
Which is good because they're small. And I got Ron a Christmas gift too. I got him an Advent calendar too. And I got
really?
Yeah, I think he's going to do the same thing. He's going to punch open all the holes and get it out.
Yeah.
Nah, I probably have to give it all away.
I doubt it. It's 24 little whiskey bottles, 24 different whiskeys.
Oh, you taste test them.
Yep, that's the whole point.
Oh, I could do a whole month in one day.
Yeah. So it's
Oh, that one's good. Let's try this one.
Yeah, they're only
these are
30
only
mLs.
little 3 ounce or 30
30
milliliters.
mLs.
Yeah.
So it's about.
They're really little.
So you got to take 10 days worth to get an ounce.
No, actually, I think it is an ounce. I think 30 is an ounce,
Is it?
And 500 is an ounce and a half.
Right.
Or 50.
50.
So the good news is he can at least find out if he likes it, if he wants to get it, because the ones I got him are rare.
Yeah, a lot of them are rare.
Yeah.
Some are 30-year-old, 25. I mean, it's. But with my high blood pressure and sugar level and
April, I tried that
out of whack.
peanut butter whiskey, and it was horrible. I couldn't get it past my nose.
No, I won't even try that.
Peanut butter whiskey shots?
I'm not into flavored whiskey.
There's peanut butter.
Not artificially.
Screwball is peanut butter. It looks like there's a lamb. It looks like a lamb on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of them. There's some others.
Yeah, she showed me the Advent calendar. First thing I thought of was Crystal with all the samples.
Yeah.
because she was getting those samples, and that's what we did one New Year. She
Oh
brought
God,
brought a
sample
bunch of them
scotches.
in, yeah, and they were pretty decent size to
Oh,
where we could all get
oh,
enough.
it was
Right.
horrible.
Some of them were really good, and some were, whoo,
Ooh, bad.
I
it
only,
was funny.
yeah,
I mean, we had a great time.
we Facebook Live that. I
Oh
don't know if
man,
you remember that.
I'd like
It
to
was
see that one.
us and Crystal and Charlie, and it was after
Yeah,
we did the courthouse. Crystal
Right.
came with us,
yeah.
and oh God, that was, oh, I just remember that. That was that the year we also did the Echo Box in the house.
Yeah.
We never did that again.
Hey,
Yeah.
So we had a horrible year that
that
year.
cat turned. Damn. Quit it.
The cat was tearing up the blinds. But I
But
wish
yeah.
I wish they had a moonshine one, a moonshine advent calendar.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I think it'd be fun with
Yeah,
all the
they
different
do.
with all the different
It's called
flavors.
Gatlinburg.
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 Yeah,
But there's a lot of them around, you
yeah.
know.
Like I said, I got him that, and I thought he'd enjoy that. So, but
I'd like to go to a bunch of these wineries around here and do taste testing.
well, the bad, there is one of the things that I saw when we were in Frankfort, Kentucky, was there was a bus that would take people to the distilleries.
Mm-hmm.
So it would pick you up at your hotel and take you around on the Bourbon Trail to whichever ones were in that area. And so you didn't have to drive. So you could try, you know.
Right.
And so I thought that was really interesting. I thought that was they also had wineries there, where there's bourbon, there's wine. I mean,
Right.
they don't think that women aren't usually into bourbon and stuff, but so they try to hit wineries with that. But yeah, I thought that was a neat idea. I think there's one here. There's another one here that goes to the Belvoir Winery, Priddle,
Mm-hmm.
and some of the others up north that do that. And I forgot because I saw it outside of the Belvoir Winery when we were there. We stayed there for our wedding anniversary, and
Right.
and of course we investigated too. But why not? Paid for the hotel. The least I can do is investigate.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I didn't realize Hanukkah started so soon because my kids celebrate Hanukkah.
Yeah, it says it start. April says start Sunday.
Yeah, Lindsay and Devin's Jewish, so Piper and Nolan are Jewish, and so it's a big deal to them. But what's bad is Devin's dad is Catholic. So they do both. So it's just there's just certain things I can't buy
Right.
to send. That's it. Just don't buy Jesus. That's it.
Mm.
Because Jewish the Jewish tradition, it's the Old Testament.
Right.
So
Oh, I know.
so
It's quite the deal. You know, everybody goes a different way celebrating these holidays we got coming up, and you
and no
know,
way is and every way is right.
right. Every way is right as long as you celebrate for the right reason.
That's right. I think any reason to celebrate with your family is the best reason of all. So
Says April says, "Yep, starts the 28th, but work is sending Richie out of town next week."
uh, well, he's got a job.
Yeah,
I know.
but
Yeah,
Cassidy's doing pretty good.
good.
Uh, it's going to be a couple more weeks before she can put her full weight on it on the legs. So we did just have to wait and deal with that.
Yeah,
So
I'm just glad that she's doing well, and she's young. She's resilient. As long as she listens to the doctor, she'll be fine.
yeah, she is. I think once she gets her weight on it and starts working, I'd say probably in the next by spring she'll be running. Yeah. The
Yeah,
doctor said it turned out great. It should work and should last. And everything good.
Good. So, and she's doing homeschool right now, right? Or remote school?
No.
Is she going to school at all?
Well,
Or is she just,
we had a big argument with the school.
oh,
They didn't want her coming to school in a wheelchair.
why? Do they not have, are they not handicapped accessible?
That's what I asked them, and that's what
Because
I told them.
the ADA requires that they are. They're a public.
Well, your doctor didn't send a request in saying you had to be in a wheelchair. I said the girl just had surgery, idiot. You know.
Accommodate
So,
the student.
oh yeah, I said, well, if she don't show up and everything, then we're gonna have to expel her and kick her out of school. I said, you do that, and I guarantee you're not gonna like what happens to this school when I have about 100 veterans march into this school and demand to see the school board and superintendent.
Uh,
And the principal looked at me and said, and I said, don't even push that limit. I said, I have contacts. I'll get a lawyer. I will sue this school district.
right, like I said, they have to be handicapped accessible. It's a law. All public buildings have to be, and it doesn't matter. They have to accommodate her,
I
with
know.
or without a doctor's note.
Yep. But we got the doctor, we got the surgeon to write another extended note and everything. And I haven't heard anything yet, but I do know Cameron School now is under a mask mandate they just put out.
I'm hearing
Ha-
that's happening.
Hamilton School, now here's a good one for you. Hamilton School. You have the high school, the middle school, and the grade school.
Right.
Grade school elementary is in their own building, brand new building.
Hmm.
High school and middle school are in the same building. The middle school is now doing virtual at home courses for the remainder of the year because too many students in the middle school and teachers have COVID
Here? Where at?
No, in
in
Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Really?
But yet, the high school is in the same building. They all ride the same bus that the elementary, middle school, and high school do. Why is it only one particular group being sent home to do virtual schooling?
Well, maybe they don't have enough teachers to help with those kids. That
Yeah.
55,000 been pulled out of public schools for the parents just
Yep.
didn't.
there's an event going on
There's got to be some conservatives
in
up there.
Johnson County
Hey, Crystal.
that
Yep.
putting that masks on children is child abuse.
Yeah.
Next week they're having a rally to
It is.
and I think that's true. I don't think when I see a child under 10 with a mask on and you hear
Mm-hmm.
that's you're limiting that, you're basically choking that child.
Right.
And I don't get it. And well, did you see what Disney did on their ships?
What'd they do?
All children under 5 or all children age 5 and over have to be vaccinated to get on their ship. They can kiss my ship.
Well, they're going to lose a lot of money.
Yeah, I know.
So needless to
Hurt them
say,
in the pocketbook. That's what I say.
that's the only
Get
way
rid of 'em.
you can hurt them. I mean, plus cruise ships. I mean, they're still not coming back.
I was watching a guy hitting a golf ball off of the restaurant deck and made a hole in one. Oh, that was cool.
As a once in a lifetime shot.
Where was that?
I don't know. They're showing it on Fox News right now.
Oh,
Do it 10 times in a row, and then I'll say, okay,
Yeah.
that hits the Oogie Boogie scale at 9.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, that's what's going on with the schools around here. It's ridiculous. Totally ridiculous.
Well, you can tell that your school board is probably Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
We got our
Yep.
bill for this year.
And the worst part about it, I know the Hamilton School Board president very well. She's my niece.
Hmm. But it doesn't matter. It's not one person. It's all these
N-
people.
Oh, I know. But she usually gets what she wants. She also owns the Hamilton Bank.
Oh,
So Daddy was nice and gave it to her.
oh, that was nice.
Yeah, he had it for years and his son didn't want it. And he goes, oh, guess what? You get it.
Mm.
So,
So
yeah.
we got our property tax bill.
Uh oh.
Yeah, they kept telling us, hey, vote for this. It's not going to raise your taxes. Blah blah blah, and it may not have. Okay,
What?
the school board.
Oh no, they would have.
No,
that was guaranteed.
No, that was the recreation.
No, that was the one we voted on the year before too. They wanted to jack up.
Well,
I said they're going to put a different type of lipstick on this pig. And run it back through again. That's what they did this year.
So that one for the actual
put a different color lipstick on the pig.
That one for the school got approved. The one for the recreation did not. So that's why they're doing all that work on the schools, putting all the new roofs on, and why we have all this construction going on. That got approved. Okay, they said, oh, it's not going to raise your taxes. Well, we found out that the Miami County has their own board, and 4 of the 5 people on that board voted for our taxes to go up. Our taxes went up $800 this year. $800.
How could they vote your taxes go up? That's supposed to be a public vote.
I don't get to vote.
I don't know.
I don't get to vote them in or out.
They do it by subdivision, apparently. So needless to say, I'm going to find out when those meetings are, and I want to find out what's on the agenda, because somebody needs to be going. Yeah, we need to go and bitch, and that's it. But when I found this out on the community board on Facebook, I was like, well, that explains a lot. Just gives me another reason to want to leave here. They're doing it under the table or behind closed doors.
Right.
It was behind closed doors.
So needless to say, for the almost $4,000 a year we're paying for taxes on our house, I can get a house somewhere else and not pay this high a tax.
Right.
And I'm not getting anything for that money.
No.
I mean, I don't have kids in school. The school district's not getting any better.
Right. Okay. Well, I know I don't have any kids in this school. They're grandkids in Hamilton, but still up here, I pay a lot in taxes up here for the school district.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to watch those mill levies, people. Pay attention to the mill levy and find out what that actual increase is, because it's per million. And just because your house isn't worth $1 million doesn't mean it doesn't affect you.
Right.
Our taxes are up like 30% over last year.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
So
I mean, the taxes, everything going up, these fuel prices going up every day we turn around, and
well, the sad part is we just got this bill. Okay, and we're prepared to pay it. That's not the problem. But a lot of people aren't, and it's due December 20th. So they got less
before Christmas.
Less than a month that they have to pay this tax bill for 6 months. And then the next one's on May 10th. But yeah, so we've got to pay this
you pay it twice a year.
Yeah, we pay every 6 months.
You can, or you can pay it all at once.
Yeah,
right.
We pay
either way. I mean,
and if we had a mortgage,
I'm not writing a check for $3,800. They can kiss my ass. They're just going to get their first half.
Yeah, that's it. It reminds me of Cleaver and Kansas City, Missouri. Nickel timing us to death. And when they took away our trash bags that we were paying for with the Zans, when we lived in Kansas City, Missouri, they had a city sticker. Okay, what that was 1% of your tax. So when you paid, so if you worked in Kansas City, Missouri, lived in Kansas City, Missouri, you had to pay this 1% city tax. Okay.
Yeah.
That was on top. Yeah, that you still do.
Still do.
And that is on top of federal and state. So, and they take that right out of your check, and you still have to file taxes to say that you paid it.
Really?
Yeah, stupid.
And you got nothing for it.
Yeah, we got
Absolutely
free
nothing.
at
We
one
never
point-
saw a snow plow in the winter.
No.
It did snow there, but
Yeah, Kansas.
never saw a snow plow.
Yeah, the only thing we ever got was for
Not
a few
where we
years.
lived.
We got free trash bags for about 3 years and a city sticker that proved that we lived in the city. Like, this is stupid. So, be glad you don't live in Kansas City, Missouri, or St. Louis. St. Louis City, same tax.
Yeah.
So it's horrible. So
Yeah, they wanted to get rid of the 1% tax and go to a what they call the pet tax. They found out more people had pets and they could get more money.
Right.
and people voted.
Oh, yeah.
You can vote for that.
No.
I thought, man, they got ways to try and scam money
Yeah, it's
just so they can piss it away.
That's all it is a scam.
It
it
is.
is.
You know.
And they just blow it.
But I was glad to hear that that the Kansas City, Missouri police won their lawsuit about the defund police.
Yeah, I knew they would.
Yeah.
I'm glad they did. I'm glad they won. Those guys
Yeah.
are overworked in Kansas City, Missouri.
They are. They are. I
And
mean,
Kansas too.
yeah. But Kansas City, Missouri, they are overworked. I mean, they're busy all the time. It seems like I turn on the news every morning. There's 2 or 3 murders.
Yeah.
And all between the
39th.
50th and 50th and 50th.
Right.
It's sad. I mean, you can always say, "Oh, well, who died on the Paseo today?" I don't
Right.
know.
Exactly.
Paseo, or is it now Martin Luther King? I think
I will always call it Paseo. They can call it whatever they want.
Yeah,
To me, it's a Paseo.
Paseo.
is it?
Paseo is.
Yeah.
No, because they were changing it to Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
That's still Paseo.
Okay.
On the.
In fact, I could go up that way tomorrow.
I hate when you have to go up there.
I have to go down.
Oh, I know. I hate that part of town.
So.
I really do. But I mean, yeah, and see, the funny part about the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department is the mayor's not in charge of that police department.
No.
The governor is.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure
Yep.
that he is in charge. He's also in charge of the St. Louis City.
Yes.
As well.
Yeah. Whenever they didn't want it anymore, they did that several years ago. Made the governor accepted it and is in charge of it. Now each one of them's wanting it back.
Because they want to find a way to control.
Yep.
Not only the police, but control the citizens in that area by utilizing the police.
Right.
It's all a control ploy. And
Yeah.
the thing is the police, they don't want to control anything. They need to just do their job, and be able to do it the right way. Whatever that is. I mean, I don't know. And this is coming from something. I'm not a cop. Never been. Know some. All good cops.
Right.
And again, like I've said in the past, there are good cops and there are bad cops. There are good people and there are bad people. It goes that route.
Right.
And I have not heard anything negative about any of the Kansas City cops in years.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Now back in the 70s, early 80s, that was different.
Yeah,
Really?
back in the
There
early
was a lot of them on the take
there
back in,
Well,
even in
I-
the 60s.
We moved out here in '84, and
Roland Park was questionable.
I grew up in St. Louis. I got pulled over all the time for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Just for
I
being a
just got
teenager.
pulled over to get pulled over just to see what I was up to. I mean, there'd be times they come up to my car and they say, "What are you up to tonight?" I'm like, was I speeding? Did I go through a stop sign or what? Or just want to see what you're up to tonight? I'm like, why aren't you pulling anyone else over? I got harassed. I literally got harassed in St. Louis. I mean, we moved out here to Kansas City. Man, I'm freezing up every time I see a cop car. Because I'm thinking I'm getting pulled over for something.
Right.
Never did. They never even bothered me here.
Nope.
I went back there. I said, man, it's so much different out here. They don't harass you.
Well,
No,
in Kansas City, they got their hands tied up a whole bunch with everything going, investigating
right.
this, investigating
Yeah, they
that.
didn't have time to
I've got a
nitpick,
niece that is a homicide detective in Kansas City, and her husband is a cop in North Kansas City,
Mm-hmm.
a patrol officer.
Yep.
So, yeah, I haven't talked to her for a long time, but I know she's busy, busy, busy with all these cases that come across her desk.
You remember Paul Harvey?
Oh, the rest of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I was little and my dad listened to that Paul Harvey all the time. And there was one story that really, really stuck out. He started telling, he says, yeah, story here I'm about to tell you is it happened on a cold night in Wisconsin. Mr. Lane or whatever was out on the bowling alley in his in his bowling league, weekly bowling league. He's out there and he says, I think I'm gonna have a pretty good night, he told everyone. So he rolls the last ball in the first game. Bam. There they all the pins go down. Bowls a perfect game. Yeah, okay. You're thinking, wow, how many people even bowl a perfect game? Well, he takes a little break, proceeds to go on to a second game, bowls another perfect game, back to back. Now, how often does that happen? Not very
Mm-hmm.
often.
Mm-mm.
They say they got to the third game, and everybody from town came to watch this, witness it. He got down to his last ball. He said he kissed the ball and said, "Here goes nothing." Knocks them all down. Three perfect games in a row. You think, wow, this guy's a professional or something. Nope. 88 years old. Yeah.
And the rest of the story is?
Yeah. He goes, and the rest of the story, I'm like, me and my dad looked at each other and went, what?
Well, you could still knock them down at
Dang.
88.
Wow.
That would
That's,
bring the whole town in.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. You talk about pressure. Yeah,
that's
that
funny.
was funny.
Oh, I know. But
Because he always had to catch you like, okay, wow, that's hard to believe. Three perfect games, you know.
oh yeah, we always used
He
to
said
listen
he's
to Paul
88.
Harvey
Oh my god.
show. Then we had Harold Inslee, the
Mm-hmm.
fisherman's friend, that used to come up here all the time. So we had a lot of them. But
Yep.
yeah, nothing much been going on in our area. Like I said, the only thing schools are the big talk. Deer season today, matter of fact,
Yeah, it's
deer season's over. Half hour after sunset.
Uh,
So rifle season is over. Now they got to do antlerless, and they got to do alternative and back with our archery.
right.
that's a lot of
And
rules.
I'm gonna go out archery hunting with my crossbow.
Well, you still gotta teach me how to shoot it.
You
Yeah,
guys get it. You guys get up here. I'll make sure we get a place here where we can shoot it.
Yeah, my neighbor, he got one. It was a couple months. He got it like in the back part around the rump area.
Yeah.
He couldn't catch it, couldn't track it down. It didn't go down. He ended up getting it, I guess, a week or so ago. Yeah, it was a little over a week.
he reshot it.
He actually shot it, same deer, but He said that whole area of the meat, it was like all green, and when he cut into it, he said it was just
Oh
kind of
yeah, it had gangrene if he couldn't find it in
it was
time.
infected. He said I didn't know if it got in the bloodstream, and I said yeah, it probably did. It didn't look right. And
Right,
color was off on the whole thing.
right. Hey, Mr. Cameron,
Hey, Carl.
Wait,
what's up,
Yeah,
bud?
it's not that. So my coworker screwed me in the whole dive team, man. He decided and we've told him before, months ago, you cannot run this section of the class before you go and deal with the stuff outside because that sets us back.
Uh
So
huh.
I didn't get out of work till a half hour late. Took me an hour and a half to get home. I was like, I got to get food. And on my whole way home, I'm getting text messages from my guys. I'm getting phone calls from my guys. I'm doing work on my drive home. Like, this is bullshit. Get home. Finally, my manager calls me and I explain everything to her. It's like, we need to have a conversation with Brandon. I'm like, you think? He sent me back over an hour. This class normally runs up to 2:30, which gives me and one of my guys a half hour to kind of help get the afternoon cleaned up. And I'm supposed to have 4 people, and one of them called out sick this morning. I'm like, out of all days for you to not be here the day before vacation and holidays, you got to be sick. So I had nobody to help clean up, nobody to help wrap up. And then I looked down at my phone and I'm like, I'm going to go upstairs and play computer games. It's Tuesday. Shit.
I sent you a message.
I've stopped. I got home and after my phone call with my manager, I just put my phone down.
That's all right.
I was so tired of getting phone calls and text messages. This is what's messed up. And I'm over here thinking I'm probably going to have to go to work tomorrow because there was so much crap left that needed to get fixed. And I'm like, you know what? No. If he asks why this happened, he's going to get a reasoning because we've informed the instructors they can't do this. And you had 40 minutes. 40 minutes is no time to do the big stuff when the big stuff's not dirty yet. We can't wrap up with delegates still needing to use it.
Right.
Like, we've told him he can't do this before. We've told all of them. And he chose today, of all days. It benefits nobody because he's still getting out at the same time. He still has to teach the same stuff. All it does is mean he does the stuff in the classroom, goes outside, does the 2 things out there he needs to do, go back to the classroom, hands them their certs, and they go home. That's it. Versus they go to the classroom, take a test, come outside, do everything they need to do out here, go back inside, let us start cleaning. He finishes his 30 to 40-minute class, hands them their certs, and goes home. So it doesn't speed anything up at all.
So, had a great day, I hear.
I just want to violently beat somebody right now. I had a van following me home, and I'm like, please stop in front of my driveway. Please think I'm the person you want to kidnap today. Let me be the one. I just do it. God, if you're going to send me anybody right now, there is a whited out van with no windows. Like, come on, man.
A creeper van, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, and then they turned off, and I'm like, no.
Come back. I want to kill you.
I could shoot you, but I've got a lot of pent up aggression right now.
He's going to be in a real good mood when he goes to his parents. So other than that, Cameron, how have you been doing?
We finally got my door fixed at work.
Good.
6 months later.
Did they catch the guy still in the catalytic converter?
As far as I've heard, not yet.
They won't. Not unless he tries to sell it someplace that will turn him in.
Yeah.
Problem is, we've got his license and his photo.
Then why hasn't the cops done anything?
Right.
It took him
You got the
4 hours.
license.
We've had two incidences at work. One was a hit and run. One of them was the catalytic converter. Both times it took 4 hours for the cops to even show up. And Sandy Candy is not how you get me ammo. You want to kidnap me, you have to use free ammo.
Well, Cameron, I'm sorry you had a shitty day.
And a little candy wouldn't hurt.
A little bit of tequila.
No.
Pear
No,
brandy.
no, you don't give Cameron tequila.
No.
Pear
Not
brandy.
for a while.
No,
I-
Cameron does tequila, clothes come off.
Well, like I said, there's a song for that.
I know, and he lives up to that song.
So I'm going to try and enjoy my 5-day weekend.
Well,
And hopefully Monday he fixes his attitude. Because I think his problem is he's still looking at me like a new guy. I've been there 7 months, and in 2 months I was made a supervisor.
yeah.
And I don't think he understands that, because when I was dealing with the door, he was like, well, this class might need you to change out and help demo. I can't do it. Well, you have to. No, I don't. Well, you're the dive team supervisor. Yeah, the supervisor. Say that again. I'm also the maintenance technician or maintenance supervisor, whatever the hell you want to call me. And I've got a third party coming in to do repairs on my facility today that I have headed the whole time since the owner has said I'm done with it. So, no, I'm not getting in the damn pool today. I'm fixing my building. Piss off. I wanted him to say something today. He always complains. If you only give him one person to help him out, he always complains all the time. I was hoping he was going to say something. I was just going to walk off and be like, you can figure it out yourself now. You can talk, report me all you want. I can't wait for this conversation.
Well, you think he's wound up now, folks. Wait until Sunday. He'll be over the Thanksgiving with the parents and the family. And then he's got a lot to talk about on the Second Amendment Ranch this week with the trial.
Yep, and y'all do read. I also want to remind y'all that my parents have been trying to push me to get the vaccine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you got a good Thanksgiving conversation coming up then.
Oh, don't
Yeah, but-
lie.
They're going to be in a restaurant somewhere.
That hasn't stopped me in the past.
Oh,
The main thing is tell him what I say. You do what you have to do, and I'm doing what I have to do.
Just ask him one little question.
What's the long-term effects of this?
If you get the shot, notice I didn't call it the vaccine because it's not a vaccine.
right.
What are the
You
benefits?
get the shot and you can still catch it.
Still give it.
Why bother?
You can still get it. You can still transfer it.
That's
And
right.
the medical side effects that we have seen so far have been astronomical.
Yep.
Hey, have you seen?
It's
They came out this morning on Fox about the new chewing gum that is to prevent COVID.
What's it got? Zinc?
I don't know. They
Echinacea?
haven't released it yet. The company's working on it. It's supposed to have everything in it that would work as the shot or the booster.
And I still wouldn't buy it
No.
because of the fact
No.
that they're trying to find a sneaky ass way to get it in under the door. So
Right.
you take it. It's just like now this pill that they got for a therapeutic. If I get it, give me the damn pill.
Right.
Yeah, because we
pay out
know
of
what's in
pocket.
that. That's the same stuff they've been using for years.
Yeah, I'll pay out of pocket for that.
Hydroxychloroquine, ivermectin, that's been around forever.
Hell,
Already know that.
Yeah, I was telling Ron, I watch soaps, okay? I know it's horrible. I shouldn't, but I do. And on General Hospital, 2 of the main characters got fired because they won't get the shot.
Exactly.
And the thing is I'm that's wrong. Like when I said that my company said they were going to fire me if I didn't get a shot. Or I didn't get an exemption. I got an exemption, so I don't have to worry about it. But
Right.
But the thing is so far they can't even put any of that into place because there's all the lawsuits. there's been a stay put on it until.
Well, if you want to continue on that conversation, the White House basically is telling the Fifth Circuit Court that them mandating vaccines, they can't do it. They don't care. We're telling y'all need to get the vaccine for safety and security of everybody. So yeah, the chick that says I'll circle back to it all the time, she's the one that's been talking all this shit, and I'm like, we're gonna circle back to you getting the hell out of the office, real quick.
Opacity or whatever her name is.
All of them.
Yeah. So I'm like, you are.
Hey,
If there is a definition for tyranny,
this is it.
Pretty sure this is it right here.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah. So
you're telling us our checks and balance, our executive legislation, all these are null and void. The White House is the supreme power of the land.
That's what they think.
That's what they're trying to push.
Well, they can kiss
Don't
my
work
ass.
that way.
They
This is not the country.
We're not the people.
I am hoping diplomacy can win, but I know if diplomacy fails, our founding fathers are going to be laughing their asses off.
Yeah, rolling over in the graves right now.
They're rolling over right now, but if that time comes, they're going to be like, "Oh,
yep,
y'all screwed up. Y'all screwed
Revere
up."
may write again.
Yep.
Except this time,
them people screwed up. They deserve to die.
Hey, did you see that guy on the horse riding through?
Yeah.
Is that dude screaming the British are coming?
Yeah.
Oh
no,
they're coming. Oh,
you know, he was screaming, "Let's go, Brandon."
And I hear that's more offensive than the real words.
The commies are coming. The commies. I mean, the Democrats.
No, Biden's coming.
Same thing, Democrats.
Yeah.
Biden's coming and he's bringing stinky diapers with him.
No, Paul Revere will be riding around gathering everybody up saying, "Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon."
Oh, we'll just get one of the songs that's already out there and just play it on speaker.
Look at how many.
It took no time at all, and there were like 100 of them.
Oh,
right.
And I think
a couple of them made it to the top.
Yeah. Like I said, I think that
one rapper,
great.
I liked his version. It was really good.
Yeah, there's a couple of the rappers that got it down strong,
really
and you can actually understand the words.
Yeah. Hi, Dad. I'll see y'all Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Have a good talk with your son, Larry.
Yeah, get him right. Get his mind right.
That's right.
He needs that shot. Get 4 or 5 for me, would you? Shit.
I'm not getting a shot.
Yeah. Just remember.
We can have this conversation right now, Dad. We'll bring you on. I'll bring you on live.
When you see him, make sure his gun stays in the truck.
That's the smart choice.
Dad goes, "I give up."
He knows I'm bullheaded.
Larry, you're still big enough. You can kick his. You know what?
No, he's not.
Kicked off this network?
No, we're not going to get kicked. No, you haven't heard the Petri dish yet.
Actually, I talked to one of the ladies from there last night. She's on the show, so I talked to her last night. Adrian.
Yeah.
Hart, and she said, "Yep." She goes, "I lose control of that all the time."
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And what's bad is she's the producer of somebody's show. Of Sean's show.
I know it.
I
know.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm like,
yeah.
How many has he had since you?
And I miss Sean. And I said this last night. I miss Sean.
That's what I thought.
He's such a good guy, and I miss him so much. And I know he's not going to accept my apology. But,
no.
But again,
what did you do?
I said I could do something, and I couldn't.
And he's on the Things Network, so
I know. And
we got him over here. But yeah,
I'm sorry.
But no, we had a good show Friday night on 13th Dimension. Tim and Scotty and me were on there, and we was talking about,
Bigfoot.
You?
Yeah. I heard them say about Bigfoot, and I'm like, that's why I'm banned in that state.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not gonna risk it.
But we had a great show over there, and talked about you guys and about your show on speaker and the whole Bill of Rights Network, everything. So,
Yeah, and
yeah, Sandy, thank you.
I didn't get to listen. Was you said Friday?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Friday night at
Yeah.
8 o'clock.
Yeah, I was over with the kids already,
Right, right.
so
Oh,
didn't get to do that. But
yeah, they invited me on there, and it started out a veterans conversation because all of us were veterans, and that's why I explained about our network and stuff. And then it went to the paranormal, and we talked about that because they're all paranormal investigators too. And then we got on the Bill of Rights Network and how I came up with it, and how Cameron and me came up Second Amendment Ranch. He designed it, started. I started Bill of Rights Network and produced radio shows on there, and we got to talking about that and different ones. So it
I
was
also saw
interesting.
StreamYard liked your comment on Facebook.
Oh yes, they did, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
what
Mm-hmm.
comment did you make?
He was saying something about how he loves to use them, and he
How the
produces
Bill
all
of
his.
Rights, yeah. How I produce, I'm on Things Network, and I'm the producer and founder of the Bill of Rights Network, and produce 5 radio shows on there. And StreamYard came on there and liked it real good, and was sharing it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So we have a lot of people. I mean, Cameron will tell you when I'm out talking and we get talking about one of the shows. Oh, I'll pimp it out like you ain't ever seen before.
You're gonna feel like a dirty $2 whore real fast.
Yeah.
Well,
Real fast.
I did take a bath today, so I can say I'm not going to feel dirty. I might feel
Right.
After Carl pimps you out, you're gonna feel dirty.
I mean, I pimped him out down there in Houston.
Yeah. And my Kroger of all
Yeah,
places.
the same place he goes and shops every week.
Well, he deserves
Hopefully,
it.
them girls see you again.
We walk up and we're checking out, and they're looking at my. I mean, it's very clear I have a little bit of an addiction here, right?
Little artwork.
Little artwork addiction. And they're like, "Well, doesn't it hurt?" I'm like, "Oh, this." Well, the majority of my arm tattoos, I really
Not
fell asleep.
anymore.
Yeah, I fell asleep for the most of them getting them done, but there's only been a few locations that really hurt, and I showed them our ribs and everything. And Carl turns around, well, if you want to see more of them, you can come and check out the Second Amendment Ranch on the Bill of Rights. I'm just like, you got to be kidding me. And I'm walking off, and he spent like 5 minutes just running with it. Like, you dirty old man.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I do it. I talk about it all the time. I talked to a gentleman that was in the restaurant today from the state of Washington.
Oh,
that was a good one. I sat down, and me and the other older veteran gentleman, he'll be 95 Friday.
holy crap. Happy early and late birthday.
Right. So he had I take it was his brother-in-law in. And he goes, I'm from a blue state. I said, really? Which one? He goes, Washington.
There you go. I'm from a blue state.
Yes, he did. He did. He's from Vancouver, Washington.
Yep.
And we got to talking, and I asked him, I said, okay, have you seen a big influence of these illegals coming up there, being bussed up through that area? And he goes, I see more tents and tent cities popping up in the last 6 months that were never there before. So
Houston
he goes,
City used
he
to
goes,
be-
I go, you better move. He goes, I just moved 2 years ago from California up here. And I went, what?
He
That
didn't know
wasn't for
it.
the only thing you got up there. It's beautiful. I got to give Vancouver
Oh yeah.
kudos on beautiful scenery.
Did you come in just to fart, you little bastard?
And he goes, but I think I'm gonna have to give the scenery up and move to where I can use my guns.
He just crop dusted me.
Good. You needed it.
He did it to make you laugh.
He did it to make y'all laugh.
He said, "Welcome home, Dad."
Yeah. Good be home, buddy.
Where have you been all day, Dad?
Oh, but so what are you doing tomorrow, Cameron?
Sleeping.
All
Oh,
day.
really?
I'm not going to work. I'm off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and Sunday, and tomorrow I'm just.
I'm gonna text him all day tomorrow.
I'm going to
Looking your way.
try and get some more stuff cleaned up. I still need to do my yard or my truck, my bedroom. I still got a couple things I need to clean up a little bit, but
Thanks, Chad.
Yeah, put Chad's comment up there.
yeah. So he gave you so.
Yeah, but no, I got 5 turkeys to smoke tomorrow, and then I got a Thanksgiving dinner to go to tomorrow afternoon.
Oof. Yeah, we're getting together Thursday. And then I'm going to try. I'm really trying to not do anything this week because I'm going to have a long week following this because we work Monday through Friday. We have a company get together Saturday, which only leaves me with Sunday off. And
You know how it goes. They give you a little bit of time off, but
Yeah.
you have to work. You have to work twice as hard when you come back.
Yo, yeah, and I'm
Yep.
going to have to
Now
because
we treated that.
from what I heard, the shop is in not a good shape right now. And I'm really considering going and fixing it all up and getting it nice and pretty. But at the same point in time, I'm not getting paid extra money to go in to fix this. Now, if he gave me some incentive, if he gave me a pay raise, if he did something, sure, I'll deal with it. But you're not giving me enough. I get paid enough money to show up and give a F throughout the week.
Again, you're talking to the person who hasn't gotten a raise since 2017.
Yeah.
You're speaking to the choir here.
I don't think you should get a promotion and then be told you're going to get a demotion with, yo, we're not going to cut your pay. Well, you didn't give me a pay raise in the first place to even give me a pay cut. So if you want to go ahead and continue this conversation, we can continue out in the parking lot.
Yeah, no. Like I said, I'm pretty much, done with that shit. So
He just keeps, I pay y'all good money. You just lost another employee because you're not paying enough. You're going to lose more if you continue. $30,000 is not enough.
No.
And my pre-approved with my income, the only house I was pre-approved for was $175,000, which in Houston buys nothing good.
Nothing.
You're going to be in the worst neighborhoods or out of a double wide.
And you can't afford it. $175,000 house, even though you're pre-approved, I can tell you right now, you can't afford it.
Well, not only that, every single it's becoming.
You don't want to spend your whole paycheck on a house.
Yeah, but
You
it's
don't have
being
nothing.
all bought out by these huge renters. These
Right.
companies are buying houses by the thousands and then making people rent them out for double what they're worth. Like, how do you expect us?
in
The
Florida,
minimum wage hasn't increased in years, but
But
housing markets, they asked senior citizens what they thought houses were worth. And this house popped up, gorgeous, 5-bedroom, like 2.5, 3-bath, massive home. And she was like $35,000. You need to add an extra zero to that, sweetheart. That house is $350,000 on the low end. Well, how can anybody afford it? Nobody can. Why do you think my generation is not having kids? Why do you think we're going to trade schools? Because we can't afford college. The college market has increased like 1,000 times over the past 60 years.
Oh, yeah. And I'd much rather see your generation
you're
go to school for a trade. as
yeah,
opposed
you're
to go
better
to
off
college.
spending that money to learn a trade than to go to a brainwash college.
Right.
Brainwash you.
It's too expensive for us to
I
live
wouldn't send
alone.
no one to college nowadays.
Yeah,
No
I if I want to continue renting a home, hell, even an apartment most of the time,
Maybe
I have to have a roommate.
Yeah.
2013, the average 2-bedroom apartment in Georgia was $650 a month. Now, a 2-bedroom apartment is $800 to $900 a month. An apartment.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, when we were renting apartments, you don't want to know.
You can't afford to do
Well-
anything but work and sleep.
It was $300 a month, but it was a single bedroom. in a crappy part of town.
It was really horrible. But when we lived in Blyville,
Luckily, we lived near a hospital, so we didn't have to go very far.
It's having kids. I can't afford kids. Can't afford a wife or a girlfriend. Can't afford fun hobbies like going fishing weekends and going shooting. It's too expensive to live right now. And people, well, you give me grandbabies. Give me a check for $1 million, and sure, then I could maybe afford a house.
Well, the thing is if you got married, you'd have 2 salaries that you couldn't afford to have anything with.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I mean,
Yeah, you're lucky. You probably marry a deadbeat.
Yeah. Trust me, I've had a few of those.
You want to hear something really strange? Me and Ron are unusual. And I'm going to tell you why.
I mean, that's nothing we don't know.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You know,
Hi, Irene.
Breaking news.
We bought a house when I was 20 and he was 24. And
hey, Irene.
So that right there tells you something about the 80s. So in 86, we bought a house and I was 20 and he was 24. And we were already done renting by then.
Yeah, but a damn apartment was, by then, it was about $700 a month. We could buy a 3-bedroom house for 2 bath for $500 a month.
Yeah, it was $525 a month. That was our house payment back then.
Right.
I said, why don't we just buy a house?
So we did. He was out of town and I did all the paperwork. So it took us a while. We started out in a really shitty neighborhood and moved to a better neighborhood and looking at houses. We started off at we can afford a $50,000 house and ended up with a $50,000.
So in 1940, the median home value in the United States was $2,938.
Right.
1980, it was $47,200. Yep. By 2000, it had risen to $119,600. That's 20 years ago, and it has done nothing but multiply over the past 50 years.
Yes, April, I know how expensive it is in Virginia Beach.
Yeah, I still remember my dad buying his first new car, and he goes, I never thought I'd spend more for a new car than I paid for our first house. First house was $13,000.
Mm-hmm.
The one I grew up in.
When I grew up in,
car was 16.
Dad paid $500 for it and moved it 20 miles. Yeah.
Yeah. I know what Chad's talking about. 2008, that's when 2007 is when I started real estate investing. Perfect timing there.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had 3 houses all fixed up and couldn't give them away.
Hey, I'll take one now.
I had to give them back to the bank.
Right.
Yeah, we need another good crash like that for anybody my age to buy a house.
Yeah,
it won't happen.
The market's not going to keep up like it is.
No, it'll eventually. It'll peter out.
Right. Yeah, when this house, which I'd say this house is about $108. Carl, you'd agree this house is probably $180,000, give or take. It's got a lot of problems. It's decent size, but it's not the best, and it's not the best neighborhood. By that point in time, when it teeters out, this house will probably be worth $260,000, $275,000.
Yeah, easy. Easy. They go in and do a little update on it. Yeah,
some fresh paint, a little trim, fix the fence.
Yep. $280,000. No problem.
My childhood home is worth almost $500,000 right now. I looked it up. I was real curious to see how much it was, and it was still on the market, but it was sold. And I was blown away with how much they had marked it up.
Oh yeah.
I wonder how much the house was that I grew up in New Jersey.
You might. I don't think you're going to be able to find it on HAR. I think HAR is more Texas based.
Well, but I can find. I mean, I found the address. I found the house.
If you can find that, go on to basically any
Zillow
house for and if it's sold on their website in the past, it'll pop up.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things that it was the first house my parents bought. They defaulted on the loan. Didn't ruin my mom's credit for pretty much for a long time. But my dad, he died, so it didn't matter to him. So
That's the positive outlook.
oh yeah,
It's the easy way out.
it's the easy way out. Die.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
Hold on a second. Stop beating. Just stop.
At least long enough to get a death certificate, right?
Yeah. Give me 15 minutes. Come on.
Problem solved.
That's what Grandpa said.
No more bills.
Woo! I am no longer a person.
Oh
No more taxes.
Yeah.
well,
I still need to look in. I know a few years ago, veterans over a certain percentage still got TRICARE free. I think they changed the law. I got to do some research on that. It'd be real nice to get free medical.
April might know. He's had TRICARE. So
310,000 Wisconsin. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
thing in Wisconsin is 90% of those homes are built for the weather. Unlike Kansas, where we have these houses built of wood, where we have tornadoes and freezing ass cold winters. But April, I already told Ron, I said, we're going to try to come up and see you when you get up there, because there's a lot of haunted places up there. The Dells,
Yeah, there is.
Wisconsin Dells,
Oh yeah,
and Baraboo.
and they got Bigfoots up there from what I saw
Yep.
on TV.
That's right.
I have a friend who's up there hunting Bigfoot.
No doubt about it.
Linda Godfrey lives up there. All kinds of people. Jennifer doesn't, though. Jennifer moved to Texas. Did you know that? Jennifer
No.
Mallett.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about
we're
that.
coming up on the anniversary of Kevin going in the hospital.
Right. Right.
So
How's she doing? Anybody heard or?
she's in a relationship.
Yeah, I guess she's doing better.
She's still having a hard time because we're right around the time that the anniversary when Kevin went in the hospital.
Right.
So she's having a little bit of rough time. I mean, she's very young to be a widow.
Right.
You know, my mom was a widow at 25. So I understand where she's coming from. You don't usually have a lot of widows at that age. And, you know, something I said a few years ago, if you just heard my story, you would assume that I am from a different culture.
Right.
You would assume, if you didn't see me, you would assume, hey, my
You
father.
were when I first met you.
Well, I was
I
never.
thought you were from a New York street gang.
So think about that. I mean, if I told my story about my dad being
Man.
murdered, living in downtown Baltimore, quitting high school, my mother had quit high school, you know, married at 15, what would you think? You wouldn't think. I don't think you'd think of me if you didn't know me.
No.
No.
You can't. I mean, from what you guys know of me, you wouldn't picture this girl growing up in the ghetto. I mean,
Carl,
truly the ghetto.
stop that.
Hey, it's been a long day.
Yeah. Thankfully, I just had a cup of coffee about 2 hours ago, so I'll be good to go for a
April wants to
little
know what your question is about TRICARE.
I'm not familiar with TRICARE.
April, from what I remember a few years ago, I think this was before Obama's legacy,
Okay.
military veterans above a certain percentage would get free health care. If it was like something like 60 or 80%, if you were majority disabled from them, yeah.
Okay.
If you were a veteran and you were a strong majority of disabled, you got free health care for the rest of your life. But I think the Obama generation killed that with Obamacare and said,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, everybody can afford Obamacare, so you don't need TRICARE anymore.
Right.
Bro, it was free. Like, free medical is better than the crap that you're giving.
Again,
I don't
Democrats
care.
screw everything up.
So
made it
Yeah.
all
I don't,
work.
but I think it changed. Now I think they changed the eligibility, and I think it costs to stay in TRICARE,
You probably,
which is ridiculous. You served your country. If you're disabled, you
Right.
should. Now, if it's something related to your disability, it should be covered free of charge for the rest of your
Right.
life. But if it's not, you should still, again, if you're above 60%, you get free medical for the rest of your life as well.
Right.
Like
Right.
your more than half of your body is destroyed. Here you go. That's the least we can do. We can give you a paycheck for your sacrifice, and you don't have to pay for medical anymore.
Right.
Makes sense to me.
Oh,
I
Yeah,
didn't retire.
Obamacare was that's one of the worst bills ever.
that is the worst punchline to any joke.
And one of
It
the worst
is.
presidents ever.
So,
You go.
He's number two. He's definitely
Oh.
number two in our generation. Number one crapped himself in front of
Yeah.
the Pope.
Yeah.
dumber and dumber.
You go through the VA right now, don't you, Carl? Oh, you're
I haven't been to the VA in a year and a half.
Oh, okay.
After I went down and they were going to run a test and put the IVs in my arm and run through a CT scan, right? And I'm laying there and I said, my arm hurts. Got my arm up above my head. This part of the arm was swelled out like this.
Oh
Jeez.
shit!
The nurse come in there and goes, oh my God. And I'm going, yeah, this is bad. They went and brought the doctors and everybody in going, oh, well, yeah. And I'm going, it hurts bad. Well, we're done with the test. And I said, no shit.
Did the swelling go down after they took it out right away, or did it take a while?
It took 3 weeks.
Holy crap. See, if they do that to me, you better just knock me out. Like, that's your safest.
It wasn't supposed to be that way. It was supposed to go through my veins and then they run the test and check it all out.
Yeah, they're
So then my doctor down at the VA
Just forgot you.
sent me a message. Oh, reminder, you got to come in. And I went, I ain't going to nowhere that says VA for a while.
Well,
Yeah.
so
No,
basically-
And I won't be going now because my doctor down there, who is also my chiropractor, just retired.
Oh my God.
Just retired.
Well, we had what was I going to say now? I forgot.
So 2020, they added enrollment fees for retirees.
Man.
Apparently, veterans don't get taken care of at all. If you want
No,
medical from
no.
the military, you have to retire.
No.
So
Yeah, they've also removed
time-
dental and
Every time the
everything.
Democrats in charge of the presidency, they treat veterans like crap.
Yeah,
Ninety-
Military.
currently 90% disabled.
Yeah.
Did you get your phone call yet?
It's going to be a letter.
Oh, is it?
It's going to be a letter.
yeah.
Pushing to get 100%. Can't get health care from the VA.
Yeah.
Figure that out.
Do what now?
90% disabled, pushing for 100% disability.
Right.
Can't get medical from the VA because I'm not a retiree. I can only get treated for what I'm disabled from the military for.
That's bull.
No.
Unless I want to pay my deductible through my insurance, the only way I get to go to the VA, the only way, at least in Texas, the only way I'm able to go to the VA is for what I have, as well as like mental health issues. There's certain like stipulations, but it's not like, hey, I've got a broken bone and I want the VA to fix it. They're going to ask for my insurance.
Really?
And what happens when your insurance doesn't cover it? Are they going to cover it at that point?
Nope. Because I didn't retire.
I'm not retired.
I'm not retired.
You may have been in when they were doing this though.
No.
Because you have to grandfather into a lot of this stuff.
No.
But if I go to the VA, it has to be for what I've been disabled for
Wow.
or mental disabilities.
Well, we know you have those. But
Duh.
Right.
Oh.
No, we have the VA clinics in different parts of the towns around here, right? You go down, give them your VA card, they sign you up and everything. You go in there. Used to go in once a year to see the doctor. They'd run all the tests on me to see how my blood sugar was, potassium, calcium, all that crap,
Right.
and everything. I went down one time because my knees. I was at work at the construction place and messed up my knee pretty bad. Went down there. He ran an x-ray on it and everything. Came in, gave me some muscle relaxers and some pills to ease the pain. You know, I could go in and request anything. If I broke a finger, I could go to my VA clinic or the VA hospital
Right.
and walk in, and they have to fix it.
Yeah.
Now they have to fix it, but they're going to take my insurance for whatever company I'm with. They're treating it like a normal. Basically, it's being treated as a normal hospital at this point.
I wouldn't tell them I have insurance.
But you know what, though? When they look up your social, they can find it.
I know.
So, and what I was trying to say before, do you have an iodine allergy?
Me?
No, Carl.
Oh,
Not really.
Because that contrast that they put in you was iodine.
Yeah, that was iodine.
Yeah, but when they pump it in you and then they go on lunch and
Well, my veins are so thick walled, they barely got it in. And when they started pumping it, it popped out.
Oh,
So it was outside the vein under in my arm.
yeah.
And it kept hurting and hurting and hurting. And I
yeah.
went, oh my Lord, I look like Popeye.
yeah. Well, they finally contacted me about my PET scan and decided that it didn't need to have contrast after I told them I was allergic to that and the pre-med. So they're going to do it without contrast. So I told Ron, I said, you don't have to go with me now. They're not going to try to kill me.
Right. Hey, you want to know how bad it was to get a needle into my arm?
No,
Right?
no.
The nurse tried, could not.
Oh.
She tried. Another one came in, couldn't. I said, people, I'm not a pincushion, and this is starting to hurt. They said, okay, we're sending you to the 4th floor.
I've never really
And I
had
went.
that problem. Mine are very predominant. in my
I was
hands.
So I go to the 4th floor.
I don't have a problem at all.
You know what they used?
A sonogram?
A sonogram, the same thing they look for the babies with.
Right, that's
Yeah.
what they had to do to me when I was
Yeah,
in the hospital.
They had to run the sonogram over my arm to get the IV to put in it.
So
And then I had to walk down holding this thing that was taped
Yeah.
to get down there so they could pump into it.
Yep.
when I was in the hospital with a collapsed lung, my IV, they had taken it out. They said I didn't need it. Then they decided I needed it back. And they poked me about 40 times before they finally got it in there. And they had to call a sonogram down.
I tell you what, you get recovering meth heads and all these junkies, I bet you they find a vein their first try. Like, bro, I'm used to this. You're good to go.
I just had blood drawn today. I have to get it, twice a year. And the guy at the doctor's office that does it, I've had it done I don't know how many times.
He does a great job.
I have never even felt a little pinch from this one. This guy.
Yeah.
Well,
He
look
does
at
a
Ever.
great job.
Ever.
Same way I got
said
down
you
at
might
Excelsior
feel a little
Springs. The guy
They always-
takes it out.
They always look at me funny when I tell them I'm not a fan of needles.
Right.
Not.
So I guess
It's a
we're
Okay.
different needle.
show.
Yeah, we're running up on close on the
Wow.
2 hours here. So I'm running your banner down at the bottom, Denise. So tell everybody where they can find you at.
Okay, if you guys want to hear some paranormal talk,
Yeah.
get on WBHM-DB.com every Monday night at 7 o'clock. My upcoming guest is
I need to change the name of
Jessica Potter. She's an intuitive.
this show. The BS
And
Nation.
all the replays are out there as well at WBHM-DB.com. Click on the Paranormal Pride and you'll see all of the replays. And if you need more than that, I have 7 years worth almost at this point. So check me out.
Cool.
Super sweet.
Okay, Cameron, tell them where they can find us.
Y'all can find me and Carl here on the Bill of Rights Network, on the Second Amendment Ranch, as well as Paranormal Nation Radio, Not So Normal.
What time on Sunday?
Noon, but that's possibly changing.
Very possible changing.
We've realized that some of our viewers aren't happy with the new time and they're wanting it more later in the afternoon.
I was going to say.
So we're probably going to be changing days to where on a day where we can both be here later and not screw over our weekend.
Where he doesn't have to worry about getting up and going to work.
Well, and then you can
Right.
at least watch the Chiefs game, Carl.
Exactly.
Just tape it like I do.
I don't tape it. I watch it on TV while we're doing the show.
That's why you're always so distracted.
I'm going, oh, just a second. Okay, I'm back.
No.
Oh, wait, what are you talking about now? We're
No.
Hey,
talking
when
about
Mahomes
this.
scores the 5 touchdowns,
Chad, they can't do Monday.
That was 2 years ago.
Nope, we're doing. If anything, it'll be Friday night at about 7 p.m. So,
well, that's kind of concerning.
what's that?
So,
Well, we got to end the show. though.
I know it's quick. Do you notice the difference between this fishing hook
Uh-huh.
and this fishing hook?
Yeah, there's no hook.
I don't know where this one's at.
Uh-oh. Check Gunny.
Uh-oh.
It's probably good. It hasn't gotten off my desk, so it's probably in me at this point in time. Oh, well.
Okay. But anyway, folks, we got to get out of here. Thanks, everybody, for joining on Paranormal Nation Radio. Not
I
so
apologize
normal.
about being late.
And I hope you guys are
I
all
was here.
Yeah.
Happy
So,
Thanksgiving,
everybody,
everybody.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
next week, yeah, have a good, safe Thanksgiving. Be safe. And we will see you next week. Have a good evening.